Do you know that Joe Biden has a secret radar which no one knows about? Well, we're not joking. Biden actually uses a secret radar that gets activated every time a part of this world is moving towards peace, stability, and prosperity. What follows is a trigger movement from Biden to thwart the peace effort. In the first 7 months of Biden's presidency, we have seen Biden's secret radar get activated in Ukraine and the Middle East. Now, Biden's secret radar for blocking peace initiatives has caught up with Russia's successful attempt to establish peace between North Korea and South Korea. How did Joe Biden manage to intervene in the Korean Peninsula, and how has his intervention hurt the Korean Peninsula? And exactly why does Biden want to keep the Korean Peninsula deprived of peace? Hi, and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Shubhangi, and in this video, I will tell you about Joe Biden thwarting a peace effort in the Korean Peninsula. Let's begin. Do you remember how Joe Biden used to run vicious propaganda against Vladimir Putin by calling him a killer and making him look like a threat to world peace while completely forgetting about Xi Jinping? But when it comes to the Korean Peninsula, it is indeed Putin who seems to be pushing the region towards peace and stability while Biden plays spoilsport. Long story short, South Korea wanted to establish peace with North Korea with assistance from the US. However, Biden has a policy of not speaking to North Korea's Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un. So, in the absence of Trump's leadership, Seoul decided to take Russia's assistance for engaging North Korea. Russia started helping Seoul, but then Biden stepped in and the US announced a major military drill with South Korea. Now, North Korea is upset and Putin's Korean peace plan has gotten sabotaged. Last month, Russia's efforts in the Korean Peninsula bore fruit as the two Koreas announced a surprise thaw in their bilateral ties. Both the countries opened all kinds of communication lines between each other after close to a year of no official contact. The opening of all communication lines, including military and political liaison, came after the leaders of two Koreas, Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong-un, exchanged letters with each other recently, underscoring the importance of peace and stability in their peninsula. As a part of his strategy to ensure peace and stability in North Korea, Putin was also sidelining China in the Korean Peninsula. North Korea has been used by China as a client state which issued threats to Japan, South Korea, and the United States on China's behalf. However, growing Russian influence was ensuring that Pyongyang was able to cut dependence on China, and ultimately, Pyongyang would have stopped acting as a Chinese proxy. In fact, Kim Jong-un reportedly rejected the use of the Chinese vaccines for its vaccination drive. North Korea is reported to be hopeful for receiving Russia's Sputnik vaccine for free in the coming days. Clearly, a waning Chinese influence in North Korea and a growing Russian influence facilitated a temporary thaw in the Korean Peninsula. This was being widely seen as a possible precursor to the long process of Korean reunification, which would conclusively end the long history of tensions and conflict in the peninsula. Putin's success in enabling better ties between the two Koreas was directly or indirectly a major embarrassment for Joe Biden. The incumbent US president is a dogmatic, rigid, and stubborn man who completely lacks the ability to make quick diplomatic maneuvers. In the case of the Korean Peninsula, he works with the preconceived notion that a US president cannot talk to Kim Jong-un. And he is guilty of criticizing Trump's historically successful diplomatic tactics with North Korea. Even during his election campaign trail, Biden declared that he would not meet Kim Jong-un without preconditions and accused Trump of emboldening the North Korean leader. Biden, therefore, had an express agenda of derailing Trump's Korea initiative. Despite Seoul's repeated warnings, Biden actually abandoned American leadership and initiative in the Korean Peninsula. In fact, the Biden administration compelled South Korean President Moon Jae-in to land in China's lap and seek Xi Jinping's help for taking the denuclearization dialogue with Pyongyang forward. Had it not been for Putin, the entire Korean peninsula would have landed in China's lap. However, Biden couldn't tolerate Putin's successful peace initiative in the region. So, the Biden administration decided to play spoilsport and announced a military exercise with South Korea that is expected to take place from August 16th to August 26th. South Korea and the US began preliminary training on Tuesday. Pyongyang seems really upset and agitated with the latest announcement. Kim Yo-jong, the sister of North Korea's supreme leader, issued an angry statement calling the US South Korea exercises an act of self-destruction for which a dear price would be paid as they threaten the safety of our people and further imperil the situation on the Korean peninsula. She added, "They are the most vivid expression of the US hostile policy towards North Korea, designed to stifle our state by force." Kim didn't stop here and insinuated South Korea of indulging in perfidious behavior before warning that North Korea would step up its efforts to bolster preemptive strike capabilities. She even said that she had been delegated authority to make the said statement, which suggests that Kim Jong-un has himself slammed South Korea. Russia's efforts had led to the establishment of military and liaison hotlines between the two Koreas. However, North Korea is miffed and hasn't been answering South Korea's phone calls via the new established hotlines as of late. The reaction in North Korea dashes all hopes of re-establishment of a joint liaison office between the two Koreas, which was blown up by Pyongyang last year. As for South Korea, it did not really have much of an option. When you form an alliance with a global power like the US, you cannot really say no if the US wants to hold a military drill with you, even if it's Joe Biden at the other end. In any case, Seoul has lost the opportunity to establish lasting peace with North Korea. The Korean peninsula is itself becoming the venue of a great power competition between the global powers, and this is exactly what is keeping the region deprived of peace, stability, and security.